wait, but I don't have a link to check.
Jeez, did we even go over the show notes?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I
just
thought
had
we were.
everything ready to go.
I thought we were
much to
forgetting
it.
something.
Like
I mean, there we go. Hola, everyone. We got Betty Reyes here. We got Steve. We got Ivan Torres. We got Level Remix. They're ready to go, Lewis. They don't want to watch you sipping music. Oh,
someone is.
hold on a sec. I got to turn the speaker off. Can you guys hear that that echo effect happening?
A little bit,
I
yeah.
heard something.
That's okay. It's done. I fixed it. We got Brad Pepper here. We got Ulysses. It's going to be a good show because we got all sorts of stuff to... Dude, I'm just blowing up. We got all sorts of stuff to talk about for next week's big events. For a split second, I thought it was this week, and I panicked. And I was like, oh, no. I missed it. But it's going to be... It might be a big money-spending week next week. I mean, just looking through all the rumors, it looks like there's all sorts of stuff that's coming down the pipe.
What are you thinking about buying aside from the iPhone?
Well, it depends on what they release. But I'm also thinking about the new AirPods, 100%. The new AirPods, if they do AirPods 4, which it seems like they're going to, we'll talk about that here in a sec. That's definitely happening. And then also the Apple Watch Ultra, if they update that. I'm on V1. That could be in the mix. But
What's wrong with the one?
there's nothing wrong with the one except that it's not the 3. That's the problem, Lewis. It's not the 3.
The Cult of Mac buyback program? Is that what you're going to do? Top dollar. Top dollar.
Oh, yeah? Maybe I will do that. I just might, Lewis. I just might do that.
I'm trying to remind everyone that it actually even exists.
I completely forgot about it, so I'm glad that you brought it up. But we'll see what Apple offers me.
See what we could do for you.
Sometimes you just scroll too far on the homepage and you're like, oh, whoa, I didn't forget.
I almost
trade my
made it
stuff
off
in.
the page. Let's see. Right now, you can get $200 for that Apple Watch Ultra.
$200? Wow. I'm not sure. Not sure that's enough.
$350 for the Apple Watch Ultra 2. That seems like a fairly large discrepancy.
Yeah, that's a pretty big increase. Steve's asking any chance of the AirPod Max. I definitely have opinions on that, but we'll probably wait to do the actual show and mix that into the mix. All right, should we go ahead and get this thing rolling? And then we'll... Sorry, are you mumbling about something, Lewis? I can't hear.
It seems like we're missing something. Something short and sweet.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Something that brings the hordes in.
Right.
Something that lets them know it's time to abandon that snooze fest talk show and heading over to the real podcast. That's what you're talking about. But
I love
what?
The just general level of trash talking about all the other Apple podcasts.
What if they're trying to? They're trying to get a good nap after being up all night because they're insomniacs, and the talk show is the perfect solution for that. They come here, boom, awake again, entertained. So maybe for those of you trying to take a snoozer, you might want to stick with the 9 to 5 Mac cast. What do they call theirs? I don't even know. I should know this.
9 to 5 Mac Happy Hour.
The happy hour. That's right. Yeah, I bet
Yeah,
everyone's
like
real
podcasts.
happy listening to that show. Yeah, they probably do, and they're probably all doing way better than us. All right, let's see here. You know what kills
Got a
me?
podcast network.
You know what kills me, Lewis, is knowing that Alex E. Heath is probably doing better than us too. And that's the one I really just can't stomach. You know,
It hurts. It hurts.
it hurts bad. All right, let me send out this tweet. The tweet has been tweeted, Lewis. No, that's definitely not true about Alex. We know that's not true. And let's go ahead and cue up Mrs. You Know Who. And we'll get this thing rolling. Oh, Mrs. D. Oh, Mrs. D. Oh, my dear, I also can't wait for those new AirPods. I like to wear them every night. And nothing else when I'm with El Caney. Oh, Carlos. Hopefully it's the AirPods back, so at least something's covered. Oh, my. Mrs. D, please, no more. We can't stomach anymore, and we have a whole show to do, and I can't do it when I'm nauseous. So, if you don't mind, we'll get this music rolling, we'll get this show going, and we'll get the people informed on what's coming next week to the Glow Time. Hey, Lewis, it's Glow Time. Ready?
Almost Glowtime.
Here we go. 3, 2. Hello and welcome to the CultCast, the best 30 plus minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. I'm your host, Eric Elijah. Join me today in preparation for next week's Apple event. He's adding extra dogs to the Cult Mac office and cleaning the auto turrets to ensure no writers accidentally leave the grounds. We got to keep them cranking out those stories. Am I right? He's the most feared managing editor in tech. Louis Wallace is here.
Oh my! Trying to tweet and talk at the same time.
It's not happening.
Nearly impossible.
But you got it done. That's the kind of guy you are. Also with us, he is distilling his own concentrated caffeine and preparing an IV bag so he can stay awake and typing for the 5 days following next week's Apple event. That's dedication. Doctors have warned him his heart could explode, but he's not concerned. Writer for CultCast Mac, Griffin Jones is here.
Actually, now that you mention it, one of the great things about living in the best time zone in the world, Eastern time zone, is that I can have a very casual morning come of the day. I wake up whenever I feel like it, have a nice long lunch, sit down, and it's about 12:30. About time to start my day.
There are some reasons to live on the East Coast. That might be the only one, but that's a great one. I mean, yeah, it's hot and sweltering, and there's mosquitoes everywhere, and you get tornadoes and hurricanes and every other kind of...
No hurricanes or tornadoes here.
Nothing there?
Oh, come on. You got tornadoes.
Occasionally. There's like a tornado a year, maybe, somewhere in the
Once
state.
a month, max, Lewis.
Vandalia and what was it, 71? I can't remember, 77? Oh, my God. It just about tore the whole town down. And then there's the Preshow.
What's that?
I don't know. It's some weird wind that they came up with. I'd never heard it until maybe like 5 years ago. I was back there, and my mom was talking about, the Preshow wind. And it's what?
It sounds like a Cincinnati or Pike County problem to me, not where I am.
You know what I wonder is, like, in those areas with tornadoes, like, how many animals have people lost that have just been swept up into the vortex, never to return? I mean, do they ever find, like, if a cow gets sucked up into a tornado, do they ever find it? They probably do at some point. Its lips are probably missing.
They go straight to heaven.
Where all cows go. They're such nice creatures.
Just for the record, it's apparently it's pronounced Preshow, and it's a widespread, long-lived windstorm that is associated with a band of rapidly moving showers or thunderstorms. It can produce destruction similar to the strength of tornadoes, but the damage typically is directed in one direction along a relatively straight swath. So there you go. You learned something.
It sounds like something the news made up to make people watch it during the lack of actual weather events that people would care about.
The National Weather
the polar
Service.
vortex. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically strong wind.
Yeah, AKA. Hey, the chat's complaining that your audio is too low, Griffin. You want to bump it up just a teeny tiny bit? It sounds okay to me. I mean, it might sound a little bit low, but it doesn't sound like it's that low.
Okay,
and you all know how
a little more.
Okay. I mean, as a general rule, I ask the guys to keep their volumes lower than mine so that I can be heard at all times. And sometimes Griffin forgets his place.
Understandable.
He's trying to edge me out. All right. Yeah, let us know if we need to make any other adjustments. We got a big show. Big show this week. What are we talking about? If only I had it memorized, I don't. Oh my, we have probably our best mock-up yet of that new iPhone 16 desert titanium color. I'm not so sure about this, guys. Not so sure about this new color. I was excited about it coming out of those Sonny Dixon mock-ups or those fake phones that he had shown on X. With this new mock-up, I'm not so sure. We got some huge updates coming to AirPods 4. Some updates coming to Mac Mini. We got a potential new iPad Magic Keyboard coming down the pipe. Does anyone care? I doubt it, but we're going to talk about it anyway. And then we're going to wrap up with our Glowtime predictions. There's all sorts of products I think are going to get announced next week. I mean, we probably will still get an October event, maybe, for the MacBook Pros. And you don't really know what the hardware mix is going to be at these different events. I think a lot of them are going to be announced probably now. They're preparing for the holiday season, obviously. They're going to get way ahead of it. And we're going to be in for just an absolute deluge of stuff. I'm trying to figure out how much money do I actually want to spend here. Before we jump in, let me convince you to spend some money. on a product I think you're really going to love. And if you got the new iPhone coming in, if you're going to get a new Apple Watch, maybe you have a camera, maybe you have glasses, may I encourage you to head over to CultCloth.co, see what we have to offer. The absolute best way to keep your gadgets sparkling clean. You will be shocked at how well they work. How do I know? Because I'm not just the founder of CultCloth, I'm also an enthusiastic user. I have CultCloth laying all over the place. And I use them on everything. And I'm constantly finding new uses for them. But, of course, the best use case is to keep your gadgets sparkling clean, which is what I primarily use them for. And I don't know about you guys. I have noticed my Apple Watch Ultra, I don't know if like the oleophobic coating has worn off, but it's constantly covered in grime now. It's always covered in fingerprints. And I don't feel like that has ever happened to me on any other Apple device.
It's all the extreme outdoor sports and adventures you've been engaging in, right?
Yeah, it's true. And I do
like
pick my nose a
covered with,
lot
like-
too, and then I just interact with my watch and phone. But
So much sweat and lava grit and dirt and mud.
yeah, well, my watch did get rained on once, so that probably completely washed away the coating. You know, they don't guarantee against that. But I have noticed every time I look at my watch, it's just covered in schmutz, and so I'm constantly wiping it down. The casing looks great. The titanium casing looks, brand new. But the screen itself. Anyway, all that to say, nothing works better than CultCloth. Nothing's thicker. Nothing's denser. The process we put the fibers through, break them down, and drastically enhance the surface area, which is what gives them their magic secret sauce. I just gave it away here on the show. I shouldn't have said that. But it's true. And you can feel them working when you touch your fingertips with them. You'll feel them latching on. Some people have lost some of their fingertips. Now, we explicitly disclaim that's not something that we can prevent against, and we have no liability against that. So be careful if you rub your fingertips against it. CultCloth.co, CultCloth.co. Let's jump right in and talk about these mock-ups, Lewis. Oh, my. Ooh, wait a second.
Oh, my.
Except maybe not in that excited of a way.
I thought maybe you'd be saying, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
as a bronze aficionado.
So we went from beautiful Buster Heine bronze to this. And for those of you listening, it looks more like a creamy gold color, which is definitely not exactly what I was hoping for. But I'm stealing your story here, Lewis.
Yeah, so this came out this week. A new render shows the iPhone 16 Pro in a gold titanium finish rather than the bronze that was rumored previously, breaking Erfon's heart.
Yeah, this is not what I was looking for. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. See now, okay, now hold on a second. I'm showing a picture from this X thread. I don't know where this picture came from. It's maybe just a mock-up. And this actually looks absolutely beautiful. That is like the perfect color right there. I'll post a link to this, and by me, I'll have Griffin do it in the show notes so you can see what we're talking about. But that color right there actually does look beautiful in bronze.
Well, where did that one come from?
I have no idea, man.
Everybody's just pulling these renders and mock-ups out of their Mac.
The derrieres.
So, yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good. Let's see. The one that we're writing about, and I suppose that I'm supposed to be talking about, was shared by Majin Buu. Mm-hmm. And it looks pretty normal, right? I don't know if you showed that on the screen. So
I got it up right now.
Supposedly comes from a person who accurately revealed the iPhone 15 Pro's natural titanium color.
Oh, no. Okay.
For its launch in 2024. It looks very similar to the one that 9to5Mac has on their website, also from an unnamed source.
Okay.
Supposedly, who knows these things. Yeah, this follows on the the Pooh Brown dummy unit that Sonny Dixon showed off.
I would have preferred that, to be honest with you.
Really, the Pooh Brown? Okay.
Then this gold, yes, this gold that is in this mock-up looks like every other gold they've ever released. It's like a rose gold. I don't see how this is different from any other gold that they've released before. Although I will say it's hard to photograph dark colors because you have to light them, and when you light them, they look brighter than they actually are. And so I'm wondering if you scroll down in this Twitter thread, this one this guy is holding, I don't know where this came from. I don't know if this is real or not. But if that's it, that is the most beautiful iPhone that I've ever seen.
Well, let's see here. What else do we have? We have understatement of the year from our story. It is currently difficult to ascertain which shade of bronze gold Apple will finally go with for the iPhone 16 Pro. I think part of the problem here is, you're not going to know what this looks like until you actually see it in the store or, open the box at your house, because like all of these iPhone Pro models, they look one way in the product demos. They look one way in your, dark fluorescent light office.
Yep.
They look a whole different way in the beautiful California sunshine. I mean, this could be one of those colors that looks awesome in some situations, boring as can be in others. I mean, frankly, that's exactly what I expect from Apple at this point, because that's all they've done for the past several years.
Dude, so I'm sorry. I know we have, most people listen to this show, so I hate to talk about things that we're looking at. But I'm showing this picture of what looks to be a screenshot from a video. And the person is holding a bronze-colored iPhone. And this doesn't look like it's a mock-up. It doesn't look like it's, made in Photoshop. It looks like somebody's reviewing this in a video. And this color is the most beautiful Buster Heine bronze I could have possibly imagined for this phone. And so, I'm like, is this the real thing? Like, is this what the mock-ups that are going around for people creating cases, is this what it looks like? This looks like the one that Sonny Dixon showed.
It was way darker brown.
Well, it was darker brown, but this Sonny Dixon didn't take a very good photograph. Like, this one is well lit. The guy showing it is clearly standing in front of some kind of light. And
it's more like an actual iPhone.
Yeah, like it's more of what it will actually look like. Dude, I think it looks absolutely beautiful.
This makes you wonder, like most of the phones, the sort of camera module isn't that much of a different color from the regular. I guess the black one is kind of that way, but the blue one was kind of that way too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hard to say.
All right,
really,
well,
impossible to tell what it's going to look like until we actually see it. I would say not just on the screen next week during the live stream, but also in your, when you see it in your hand. Last thing I think we need to show, or not the last thing. We need to say that shows the capture button, which we all, practically 100% know is coming. Going to let you take pictures more easily. I'm very excited to find out how that works. Here's another little tidbit. Gurman has apparently seen this gold thing, and here's what he says. Mark Gurman, that is, Bloomberg reporter.
Thank you for
Mark Gurman.
Yeah.
Once in a while cited on this podcast. He says, I think the new iPhone 16 Pro Gold is going to be the standout color this year and potentially drive interest. It looks impressive and not terrible like the early renders. I've never had a gold iPhone before, but considering.
Gurman's going gold. That's how you know it's high quality.
I can only hope that it actually is going to be browner than maybe these images are showing. I was fully on board for an unapologetically brown iPhone.
Me too.
Maybe you soften it a little bit and go a little towards the bronze instead, but I don't know. I can hope. I'm sad that it's just going to be gold again.
You know what I was thinking? I was expecting more like reddish flecks, like a slight, Colorado dirt color in that palette. And, like those things typically have like these little like various shades. It's almost like they're glittery in a way, in a real boring way. I mean, glitter would be awesome. Actual glitter would be awesome.
Dude, I would absolutely. I'm a huge fan of glitter. I would wear it more often if that were appropriate, but it's not. If they want to go full glitter, I would 100% be on board with that.
Right. Well, it's almost like that's what they do with these phones. I mean, they almost glimmer. They almost shimmer. In the sunlight, they kind of do. Yeah. But it's just so freaking understated.
Yeah, you're right. It's more of a shimmer, isn't it? That's like the step underneath glitter. So you can't commit to glitter, so you go with a shimmer.
I guess glitter's not pro.
That's true. It's the shimmer is more understated, right? It's probably like the same color paint that TC covers himself with when he goes to those late night raves that we know he likes to do.
Oh my God.
With the glow sticks,
Oh boy, that I didn't need to imagine.
All right, look, let's move on because most of our audience is audio only, and they're like, what the heck are you guys talking about? So I guess hopefully our sentiment was interesting in some way or another. All I'll say is I really desperately hope that this bronze one in this Slack channel, in this X channel is the one we get. Like, this is the one I have always wanted. That's it, man. I may just quit the show after this. Once this phone comes out, we've done our job. It's time to move on. And probably never upgrade
Just
to
look
another
at your
iPhone.
phone.
And just look at the back of my phone all day long. This might be the one I go nude for, Lewis.
In a
this
case?
might be the one.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
I'll
no.
tell you what, man. Nothing like
Go
a
nude?
nude phone. It's
You know,
way more manageable. That Pro Max is way more manageable. Still unmanageable, but way closer to manageable.
I'm getting the Apple Care for this next one, so that a little spritz of water doesn't
Smart.
completely tank my phone. I hate that I have to do that, but I mean, this has been such an inconvenience to deal with the water damage in my 15 Pro Max, which I professionally fixed. So, but not everyone's like me with tools, and I'm like Louis Rossman, I'm like over here, one of those giant magnification goggles on, no soldering. But I just don't want to mess with it anymore. Like, I want to be able to just do whatever I want with my phone and not have to mess with it. And if I can get a discount on the Apple Care Plus, I did the math and it would cost me like $650 a month. And I'm like, dude, it's totally worth $650 a month to have that peace of mind that if anything goes wrong, it's going to be TC's problem and not mine.
I mean, shoot, an iPhone case costs, well, they can cost that much.
Yeah, but the
year.
case doesn't protect it from water. That's the only thing.
No, I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's like you could easily spend $70 on a case.
Oh,
You
I
got
see
a
what you're saying.
nice leather
Dude, I guess if you got like some super premium case, like the cases I'm buying are not so fancy, Lewis.
one. Well, I like a nice leather case. Sometimes they cost.
You
a
either
pretty
go $100 leather case or just completely nude.
Well, there's something weird about putting a cheap case on an expensive phone.
Oh, I totally agree. That's an abomination. I mean, like Johnny Ivan team, no longer with Johnny, but they put all this sweat and effort into creating like this beautiful monolith of design, and then you cover it in a piece of 25% Shanghai alley plastic. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It's an abomination.
Shanghai alley
Back
plastic.
alley plastic, yeah. All right.
Ugh.
Let's move on. Let's talk about something else that's, I think, incredibly exciting. I mean, as long as we're talking about things that are perfect here. This is it, my friends. The AirPods 4. These are the AirPods I think I've always wanted, and I think if like me, your ear canals are like the perfect size for AirPods, there has never been anything that has fit in my ear better than AirPods. It's like they were custom designed for me. I know, unfortunately, that's not the way it is for everybody. I can sleep with them in. I get zero ear fatigue, but they don't feel like they're going to fall out. It's like they were custom designed for my ear holes. And I don't like the tips. Y'all know that. So I never wanted to buy the AirPods Pro for that reason. But it seems like we're going to get the best feature of the AirPods Pro in the AirPods 4 with no tips. And that is the active noise cancellation. So it seems like AirPods 4 are going to get replaced next week. Let me see here. I'm scouring through this story to see. Oh, here we go. AirPods 4 will replace two models. It's going to come in two variants according to information that leaked out in the spring. A mid-range model will offer active noise cancellation and come with a charging case that supports the Find My app. Hopefully, we'll also have a speaker built in so that you can find them, right? So the Find My app, huge. Like, how many times have you lost your AirPods? It happens to me. It's happened to me more times than I can count. And you were trying to like play the tone on your AirPod, right, to find them, but that doesn't work. So like the speaker in the case, the USB-C, and the Find My, like those are three killer features in my opinion. AirPods 4 rumors indicate that both models will get the sleeker design, but neither one will have removable silicone tips, which is exactly what I was hoping for. I don't want any tips. And the story goes on to say that will limit the effectiveness of ANC. I don't care. The ANC doesn't need to be perfectly hermetically sealed, in my opinion. It just needs to work pretty well. Like, if you need something that's perfect, get the AirPods Pro or get the AirPods Max. But having a pair of regular AirPods that allows me to have situational awareness, but I can churn on the active noise cancellation when I feel like I need to concentrate or whatever, And it doesn't need transparency mode because you can just turn off noise cancellation. I just think that's like the perfect pair of AirPods, especially when you pair it with those new features in the case. So now you're thinking, okay, you've sold me, as you often do. I'm ready to plurk down the money. You know what I'd love to know is how many people have been convinced to buy something as we talk about it here on the show. It's like we're into something, right? Like we really like it. And haven't you just heard someone talk about something and as they talk about it, you're like, I got to own this thing. And you start searching on the web to see if you can find it. You know what I mean? I would really love to know that. Let's see here. So the more premium AirPods. Oh, this is not the prices for the AirPods 4. Never mind. This is just the cost of the AirPods 3, which is $179. AirPods 2, $129. So I think we're extrapolating and saying that the premium and then the less premium versions of AirPods 4 might follow those same pricing structures, but who knows? I know many of you are wondering about AirPods Max coming. I don't know, man. I don't know if we're actually going to see this. I've seen rumors both ways. And if we do get it, it could just be a spec bump to USB-C, which would definitely be useful. But I don't know if they're going to change much outside of that.
There are other missing features that the AirPods Max don't have. Like the AirPods Pro now have the conversational awareness feature.
Mm-hmm.
They have, actually, maybe the AirPods Max already have spatial audio. But I know that the AirPods... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I do know that there are a few features exclusive to the AirPods Pro 2 that the AirPods Max doesn't have, and it's kind of an outlier in that way.
That's very bizarre that they haven't continued to update those with features. Betty Riaz is saying from the chat, have you seen the sale Amazon has on AirPods Max? It's a deep discount. Yeah, well, that certainly indicates that it's on its way out. So it seems like maybe they are going to be replaced next week. It's certainly time to replace them. They've been around forever. And there's been deep discounts on all sorts of other stuff. The iPad Series 9, dude, that thing, $200, I think still on Amazon. Like they're clearly trying to clear those out. Best Buy the same. It's on sale for $200 all over the place. I saw the iPad Series 10. I think I saw on sale for $229 at one point, which is a crazy price. So we might also see iPad 11 come out sometime soon. I mean, who knows? But I'm definitely excited about the AirPods 4. I'm ready to. I can't believe I've had mine for 3 years. I think it's been 3 years since I bought them.
I can't believe they still work.
They work great. I mean, aside from the fact that every once in a while I'll put them on and it goes boop, 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 and one of them is like completely dead, and then I plug it in and it charges up to full, like no issues. Have you guys ever had that happen?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah, and you think like, oh man, this thing's shot, and then I don't know, is there like a piece of earwax in there that's keeping it from
But
making
I always
contact
look
with the
at it
charger?
and it
It's never-
seems like it doesn't really have very much on it, but then of course I swab it down with a CultCloth,
Sure.
and the next time I put it in, it's charged to 120%, Lewis. Battery life has increased, actually.
Seems inaccurate.
Well, I mean, look, it's just a guesstimate, Lewis. It's not.
Hey.
We're not talking about specifics here. Yeah.
Are you guys troubled by this 2 versions of AirPods 4? I mean, what are they going to call it? AirPods Air? AirPods 4 Mini? What?
That is an open question I've been wondering about. Like, I don't know. Because in their normal lining convention, they don't have anything that goes between regular and Pro that isn't Air, but there's already Air in the name. And Apple has come up with some pretty stupid product names before, but I don't think they would ever do AirPods Air.
AirPods 4 Air. You know, Steve Jobs wanted to call the iMac the Mac Man.
Yeah.
So I think
This goes
anything's
a long way
possible. Yeah, I don't know what they would call it. Because you're right. They have to. I can't think of any Apple naming convention that exists that would be appropriate to designate the level of features aside from Pro or Air.
It's going to be
Maybe
AirPods and AirPods SE.
Oh,
That's what I was just going to say. That's possible.
AirPods 4 and AirPods.
They don't even
SE?
call them AirPods 4. That's what's so. I find that very frustrating with so many of these Apple
Okay,
product names.
you're right. It's just going to be AirPods.
Parentheses, 4th generation,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
just call it AirPods everywhere.
and then AirPods SE, and then the AirPods Pro, and then the AirPods Max. Of course, this time it will be Ultra.
Ultra Max.
Since they're adding USB-C, I think that's appropriate. Now it's the AirPods Ultra. All right, what else we got here? You want to talk about the Mac Mini here? Griffin's sad news for the Mac Mini. By the way, I don't know. Okay, never mind. I was like, why does it say M4 Mac Mini? But when you read it, it actually does make sense. I thought that was just a error on your part, and I was like, uh-oh, I hope Lewis Wallace doesn't see this.
I know. I actually think this is good news about the Mac Mini. So,
What?
Yeah. So reports suggest the Mac Mini could finally get a new design this year. The revamp will make the overall machine much smaller, about the same size as an Apple TV. This is a rumor we've previously talked about. It's going to be like the first design of the Mac Mini since like 2011. Like the current design of the Mac Mini is so old, it's wondering whether Obama is going to win re-election.
Oh, wow.
So
You went there.
the smaller dimensions made many worry that Apple might reduce the number of USB and I/O ports on the coming Mac Mini. Thankfully, that's not going to happen. Mark Gurman claims the new Mac Mini will sport 5 USB-C ports. Like the Mac Studio, it will have 3 ports on the back and 2 on the front for easy access. It'll also still retain an Ethernet port HDMI connector and headphone jack, which is what we were worried about them losing when they were going to shrink this design, because we're like, open question is like, how are they going to fit all the ports on the back of that thing? Well, they're going to move 2 of them into the front to make more room. I guess the only sadness is that they'll go all in on USB-C and they'll ditch the USB-A ports, but I don't think that's a major loss. I feel like it's about time that you can reasonably switch to go all in on USB-C. Like the iMac is already entirely on USB-C. It has no USB-A ports either. I feel like the world is prepared in that way.
The USB-A port is so useful even now. I know it's not the hip port to use, and everything's moving to USB-C. In fact, I'm almost fully moved over to USB-C, but there are still things. Like, for example, I have the newest Logitech Master Mouse, and the dongle's USB-A. It's like, I don't even think they make them in USB-C.
Well, that's Logitech's problem, not Apple's problem.
What is
If
their
Logitech
deal?
wants to drag their feet on updating their RF connector, then that's their problem. Like, there's very little USB-A things that I plug into my Mac. Like, I guess the only thing that I regularly plug in is a cable, but I could honestly just replace it with a Lightning to USB-C cable instead of a Lightning to USB-A cable that I use.
I just hate to go back to the world of dongles. It's not a world I care to revisit, especially if you use a mouse with your Mac that requires a dongle, which you probably shouldn't be, but people do it. I mean, the Logitech Master Mouse is a really terrific mouse, I have to say. So it's worth the dongle, but other than that, okay, sorry, I threw you off. Keep going.
Oh, no, you're good. This will likely only apply to Mac Mini models configured with an M4 Pro. The regular M4 variant will likely ship with fewer USB-C ports, probably just the 3 on the back, and it'll forgo the 2 on the front, which is a shame because like having 2 ports on the front would be a nice convenience. I wouldn't know because my Mac Mini doesn't have any ports on the front, so anytime I want to plug something, I have to reach. But I have it pretty accessible on my desk. Apparently, Apple suppliers will start shipping the M4 model in September, but the M4 Pro configuration won't start shipping until October. This indicates the M4 Mac Mini refresh is unlikely to go official before late October. The M4-powered MacBook Pros should debut around the same time, but who cares about those?
Dang, dude. So all great updates aside from the USB-A, which I hate to see go, but this machine is going to be an absolute animal. I mean, the M4, I think in single-core tests, or maybe it was in multi-core tests. Maybe it was multi-core. It vastly outperformed the M1 Max. So it had to be multi-core score because, of course, it would outperform single-core for the M1 Max because it's a much newer chip. So when I saw that, I was like, holy moly. Like, we finally gotten to a point with this M4 where it actually, just having the base level chip may actually be better, well, is actually better than the M1 Max chip in many respects. Probably not all respects.
And I think for that same reason, the A18 chip and the A18 Pro are going to be like big upgrades as well. Like, it seems to be the enhanced 3 nanometer process that makes the M4 so great. That's like really making the 3 nanometer process or die shrink worth the giant investment. And so the rumors say that the A18 chip is going to be using the same enhanced process, and I feel like that's going to make the M4 the first one that you really should upgrade to if you can afford it, if you still have like an early M1 machine. Another thing that I'm excited about this Mac Mini is just like it's going to get a new design. There haven't been really any rumors about what it's going to look like. Maybe it'll just be another boring aluminum box, but just taller and narrower. But there was that rumor a few years ago that like it was going to have like a glass top on it, like sort of like the old PowerPC and Intel Mac Mini. I guess the one other design the Mac Mini has ever had. Maybe it'll come in a different finish. Who knows? It's a world of possibilities. Maybe because it'll be so much taller and narrower, maybe it'll be a cube again. Apple hasn't made a cube in a while.
It's supposed to be taller?
I mean, it's still gonna have an integrated power supply and all those, extra, this reports on it. So I imagine it has to get a little taller.
I thought rumors not that long ago said it was going to be about the size of an Apple TV.
Yeah, it would have to get taller for it to be Apple TV sized.
The only thing I wish is that they don't make it too light. Like the one thing I hate about my Apple TV is it's so light when you plug like an HDMI cable into it, it like shifts the whole unit and you can't like set it down and have it just be straight. It just constantly gets moved over because like the pressure of the cable, the HDMI cable is so great that it is able to actually shift the whole position of the Apple TV, which I freaking hate when that happens. Like when I plurk down my computer or my Apple TV somewhere, I want it to stay exactly where I put it. I don't want it to get shifted all around. Like I know that they want to save weight and shipping costs and all this stuff, but like at a certain point, you're affecting the user experience. Like it has to have a certain level of weight, or at least allow you to buy an Apple bag of weighted sand that you pour into the bottom of the unit so it stays in the same place. We got to have something happen here because it really drives me bonkers that the Apple TV keeps moving all around.
The ironic thing is that the Apple TV is probably the largest among all of the set-top boxes. Like a Roku is basically like a tiny, like, thumb size like piece of plastic, and the Apple TV is actually more hefty than that. The Apple TV is the standout there, and at least with the case of the Mac Mini, like it's made out of aluminum, whereas the Apple TV is plastic. So the Mac Mini has like a full size power supply and everything. Like I'm not worried about that getting too lightweight. It's actually a surprisingly heavy computer.
Yeah, it's very dense in there, isn't it? Okay, before we move on, I want to say a huge boom. Wow, look at that. The $49.99 from Hugo last in the chat. Oh, my God. He's single-handedly keeping this show alive. And by this show, I mean he's keeping LK up to his neck in illegal substances that the DEA should definitely check in on and do some investigations. He's got a comment. How can I bet on this games? My money is on Efron. Can we get the moderator in here? Get the moderator in here. Get this guy out of here. I don't know if you did that on purpose, Hugo, but this is your first and only warning, my friend. Efron, you call me Efron again, I'm coming to where you live, and I think that might be Europe. So I might need to rethink how I'm going to punish you on this, but I'll have to figure something out. But thank you for that $49.99, Hugo. Leander Caney is going to be very excited when he sees that come through. All right, let's
That's actually a good idea for a question I can add to the listener submission poll. Which of us do you think is going to win?
I do like that, actually. That's great.
I'll think about that.
All right, well, we're going to be doing our predictions here in a minute, but I was selected to talk about the story, which I have not even read. So I'm going to try and do this as not robotically as possible. More affordable iPad Magic Keyboard is in development. Let me move this over. iPad users can look forward to a less expensive version of Apple's keyboard, Lewis. The Magic Keyboard, making the magic happen. According to information leaking out of Apple, the goal is apparently a variant more appealing to buyers of entry-level tablets. The clamshell keyboard converts a tablet into a notebook computer. Unfortunately, the accessory also includes a feature that limits its appeal, that gall darn high price tag. Ooh, I bought one of those before. That was painful. Apple sets its sights on a low-end version that may be designed for an entry-level iPad, or the new iPad Airs, according to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman. I know you love to hear that, Lewis. Supposedly, the features like the metal palm rest from the 2024 version of the Mac or the Magic Keyboard will be left out to reduce costs. Probably going to be all plastic everywhere. Bloomberg also reporting the product should be released by the middle of next year if all goes to plan. And under TC, it always does. So look for this keyboard out sometime next year. I wouldn't mind a lower end keyboard. I do like the keyboard, and it is super useful to have it on the iPad. Of course, for me, I don't use one often enough to justify the cost. So maybe it is smart for Apple to release something that's cheaper that will entice people who maybe don't need it but would like to have it. So I actually think that's pretty interesting. Okay.
I know a lot of people who have iPads who, I say, hey, oh, if you get this accessory, you can just turn your iPad basically into a laptop. And they're like, what? And it costs how much? $350? That's insane. And that's a conversation goes every time, even though it is a great accessory. And even though like the total cost of iPad plus keyboard is still like cheaper than a, well spec'd out MacBook Air or MacBook Pro, but nonetheless,
I think that's how Apple looks at it. It's like, well, it's cheaper than a Mac, but but it still, as a standalone accessory, I don't think people look at it that way. I think that people who have iPads with keyboards probably also have a Mac, and they just want to have the option of having a keyboard with their Mac. I could be totally off base on that. That's the position I'm in. So maybe that's not how most people work, but I would never have an iPad only for productivity. I feel like if you need the keyboard for an iPad, or if you want the keyboard for an iPad to do productivity, that means you have a need for productivity, which means you probably have a Mac. I don't know if that logic flies.
They see it as $350 as way too much money for a keyboard and trackpad.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not going to be utilized enough for me to actually own one of these. Only the most hardcore, maybe iPad only people end up buying them would be my guess. But in any case, all right. Those are all the Apple stories we have this week. Any other things that we're missing that we want to talk about for next week? I mean, we've already talked about this for months now, so I'm not sure how much we need to regurgitate. We're also going to get updates on all the OSs, so that would be cool. I don't think we need to dive back into that yet again because we've already done that like 100 times. We've done it to death, and we'll probably talk about it again once they actually come out. So I'm fine just moving into our predictions. What do you say, gents?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Should serve as a good overview anyway.
Yeah, that's actually true. Okay, we're moving into our predictions. It's Glowtime. Our predictions put together by our very own D. Griffin Jones. And, I don't want to look at these. Maybe I should make them bigger. And what we'll do is what we have been doing. We'll go through these, place our bets in the chat so that they are immortalized for all to see, and no one can copy another person for having really great analysis, Lewis. And then we will do a follow-up once we've had the event to see who wins the predictions.
Okay, so for the third and possibly not last time this year, it's time to place our predictions. So far in 2024, Lewis has won both the iPad event and WWDC 24 keynote. So these are the rules. We've agreed on this list of predictions. For each one, we'll write yes or no, whether we think it'll happen. These will be revealed live on the show. 1 point will be awarded for each correct guess. 3 points will be awarded for a correct wildcard guess. There's just one question like that at the very end. Any disputes in judgment must be rolled on by Leander Canny, a responsibility he has not been informed of.
And definitely will not do.
Yeah. Listeners can submit their own votes by going to dgriffinjones.com/survey. Or if you just go to the homepage, dgriffinjones.com, you can find the link right there. dgriffinjones.com/survey. You can answer all the same questions we do. But I recommend you wait until you listen to all of this segment because we'll probably, explain our reasonings for our votes and all that. And the listeners have that extra advantage that we don't have. And if any listeners who win will be honored in the next episode. So there are 20 questions. Let's jump right in. Starting with the iPhone section. Basic iPhone 16 gets a new A18 chip. In previous years, it sort of had like a hand-me-down chip from the last year. What do we think?
Hold on, let me scroll down. So that would be the same one as the iPhone 16 Pro?
Not necessarily the same one, but it's getting a new one.
Well, wait a second. Yeah.
Its own new, not just an old chip from last year.
Right. I see what you're saying. it's gonna be like a A18 in name only. So like, instead of calling it the A18 Pro, it's just gonna be the A18. Oh,
That's a possibility.
okay. All right, I'm ready to go in the chat. Ready?
Oh wait, what are we gonna do? I forgot. I forgot all the. Where am I at?
You got to go into the chat, and on 3, 2, 1, you got to say yes or no.
The Skype chat or the
No, the
Slack?
the YouTube chat.
Oh,
Do you have it
sorry.
open?
What's
What's going on over there, Lewis?
Okay, sorry.
That's right.
We were vamping for like 5 minutes, waiting for you to bring it up and get ready.
I'm okay. I was doing a little research.
Now, what's weird is I have 2 chat windows. I have one there. That's so weird. Why do I have 2?
Oh,
Okay.
see, now that's how it goes.
That's fine. I'm going to just use the top one. So this is going to be a yes or no answer, right?
Yes, they're all yes or no.
Okay, great. You guys ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go.
I voted yes.
Okay.
I voted no.
I also voted no.
If anything,
Really?
it wouldn't it be the A17 chip?
Well, that's what he's saying. Is it's going to be like an A18 in name only, right? So the iPhone 16 Pro will get the A18 Pro, and they're going to call the chip in the regular iPhone 16 the A18 without the Pro, but it's basically going to be the. This is so
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be badge engineering or if it'll actually be a bespoke chip.
Okay.
I'm leaning towards it actually being a brand new chip, but just a slightly lesser version of the A18 Pro that the iPhone gets.
I think they're going to stick with their current convention. But I could totally see them changing it up so that it can better handle AI. But I think the current chips can handle AI. So, yeah.
I don't know.
You think they would square the naming convention? Because right now it's what? It's
One version behind.
Yeah. Who knows? Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
We're
in
going to
about
find out.
3-4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, again, they might just badge engineer the A17 Pro and just call it A18, but I
That's
think
what
actually might be a new thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
basic iPhone 16 gets hand-me-down Pro feature from the Pro phones this year.
Okay, from the Pro phones this year. So they're going to pick up an iPhone 15 Pro feature.
God, my phone just fell
Yeah.
on the ground.
Okay, ready?
Oh.
Ready?
Oh, no. Sorry.
Yes or no?
What was the question again? Hand-me-down
Basic
feature. Okay.
iPhone 16 gets a hand-me-down Pro feature.
You should probably put the question number in here, too. So we're on question 2.
Okay, sure.
You guys ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go.
I voted yes.
Okay. 3 amigos on that one.
I think it's probably, I mean, the action button, it's probably going to be it.
Yeah.
I didn't call it out as being the action button, and I was kind of hoping that one of you would forget that that's a Pro phone feature, but
Come on now.
You
Forget.
trickster. We got Loki
We
over
might,
here.
might forget about the action button for sure, but I used
I
it
mean,
the other
look,
day. It was
from what I've heard,
exciting.
everybody has forgotten about the action button. It's
I
kind
use
of
it all the
hilarious.
time. All the
okay.
time. Every single day.
All right, well, maybe it's just Leander.
Yeah. Well, that's surprising. Okay.
Question number 3. All iPhones get a new physical camera button.
All iPhones get it. Okay. I'm ready. Let me know.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I voted yes.
Okay.
Wow,
I
you
voted
think
no.
they're going to reserve it, huh?
Yeah, I do. I sure do, Lewis. I could be wrong about that one,
Might
but
be wise.
they got to do something to make you spend the extra ducats on the Pro.
That's probably now I feel bad about my choice.
Well, that was
there
my
were,
goal.
I think rumors were actually saying that it will come to all iPhones, but
I can't be bothered to remember such things.
would be like them to reserve it anyways. Okay, question number 4. iPhone 16 Pro comes in black, white, gray, and gold.
Is gray. Okay, space gray.
Natural titanium, I'm calling gray.
Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, ready.
you're saying natural titanium. See, I was gonna say no because I think it's gonna be black, white, natural, titanium, and gold. All titanium.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
But you're saying
that would be counted as yes. If it's black titanium, white titanium, natural titanium, and gold, as in like rumored today, then you would vote yes, and you would be correct.
Yep.
you're downgrading the natural titanium to gray.
It is gray.
Yeah, because it's
such
gray.
Such a rude word. Gray.
Okay.
That's what it is when you reduce.
Sounds like it's worth
the
about
marketing
$300
flush.
more when it's natural titanium instead of
When they have to do
gray.
nothing to it. Okay. Are you guys ready? 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
I actually voted no, mostly foolishly in my heart, but it's actually part of a strategy that we'll get to later in the show.
To lose? Okay.
What are
Let's
the
see
two
how
of
that
you?
one works out for him, Cotton.
Sorry, what were your votes?
Yeah,
Yes.
we voted yes.
Okay. Question what? 5. Apple starts listing iPhone memory specs.
Okay.
So to explain, if you're a little confused, like Apple, like it's broadly available. Like everybody knows how many gigabytes of RAM each model of iPhone has, but Apple doesn't publish them on their tech specs page or anywhere on their website, and they certainly don't mention it in the keynote. Some people think they might start to.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yep. We're both no's. Sales level remix. What'd you say, Griffin?
I also voted no.
Okay. Well, 1
You
point
know,
for each of us.
People are saying they'll do it because of Apple Intelligence, but no,
I don't think it
still
matters.
think that's in their style.
Yeah.
They did actually start doing that on the iPads, but I'm still confident they're not going to do it on the iPhones. Okay, question 6. Fine woven cases discontinued.
Okay. I believe I know the correct answer for this one.
Yeah.
Lewis.
Okay.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
You guys voted yes. I think you just lost a point. I think you just lost a point. No way are they getting rid of fine woven.
Really?
No way.
Have you ever heard anybody say anything good about it?
Yeah,
Anybody.
I have. I have heard people say good things about them. And I'm like, really? I find that shocking. But I think that Apple needs something that is going to be premium. And if it's not going to be leather and it's not going to be fine woven, what is it going to be? I don't.
Leather.
Well, pleather is not premium. That's why they went to fine woven, because it has like this premium aura about it. And
No, it doesn't.
well,
I mean, it says fine in the name, but that's it.
Certainly more than pleather.
Trash.
Certainly more than pleather.
No, but I bet you they come up with some kind of like eco leather, like leather made from corn or agave. I mean, there's all these companies that do this already.
I know, but no one's willing to pay a
total Apple
premium.
play.
Anytime you have pleather, people are like, dude, it's pleather. I'm not paying you a premium for pleather. I think that's one of the reasons why they didn't go with pleather in the first place. It's got a stigma, man.
It made some good advances in that area, and Apple will spin it into like, oh, look at this amazing new green material that we dreamed up, and fine woven, by the way, is made of plastic,
Yeah. I think that
polyester.
I think that's another reason why they won't move away from it, is because they're too invested.
I think they absolutely will move away with it because they know it's not popular. I think the only question is, will they do it this year or next year? Did they have enough time to come up with a new product, in
less than 1 year? Because it probably took them 3 months to kind of gauge the sentiment, right? And I mean, a lot of people were complaining about it, but they're probably like 3 months. Did I say 3 minutes? 3 minutes?
No, I said 3 minutes.
Yeah, right. Okay. I mean, there were the whiners who came out of the gate and were like, this is not good. But I think Apple, they're not as reactive as that. Like, they're like, okay, some people don't like it, but what does the broader market think about it? Let's wait to see how many sell over the next quarter, and then we'll make a decision. And then if that people don't like it, they have to come up with a contingency plan, or maybe they came up with a contingency plan right away. I don't know. I think they were probably caught off guard by how much hate there was for fine woven. And And so I'm going to guess they had to scramble to try to figure out what else they could do.
Did I vote?
Okay.
I think I did.
All right, let's move on.
Apple Watch section. Apple Watch Series 10 is larger and thinner. This is question 7.
Okay. Ooh.
I have
ready.
mixed feelings about this one, but okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
I voted no. Lewis is a yes. I think it will be larger, like the screen will be larger, but I don't think it will be thinner.
That's my concern. You might be right.
I think it has to get thinner. It's been so many years, it hasn't gotten thinner at all, and I think that's like the one dimension I would like the Apple Watch to grow or shrink in.
Yeah.
Make it's kind of bulky. Question 8. Apple Watch Series 10 breaks compatibility with smaller watch bands.
Oh, right. This is the 10. We had no.
There were the rumors that like the small size is going to be as big as the big size,
No comment.
and you know they might
I'm not-
change the watch strap.
I'm not
thing
going to
or whatever.
let you have access to the deep insights that are going through my mind. Scrolling back through time, the conversations that we've had about this very topic. I'm not giving that away for free.
Not trying to give it away. I'm just trying to mess with it.
Okay, I'm ready. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I voted no.
Yeah, we all voted no.
Oh,
I don't think they can do it. I think they have to maintain compatibility. It's a promise. It's a promise to us all.
question 9. Apple Watch Ultra 3 comes in new dark finish.
Irfan, you voted on 11? What?
What number are we on?
This is 9.
Okay, my 11 was 9. My 11 was 8. Whoops.
Oh my God!
No.
You're 11.
Can I
8
fix
is
it?
11. Sheesh.
I can't change it. It's too late. Okay, so we're on 9
question
now,
again?
right?
This is 9.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, the new dark color for the Ultra.
Okay, I'm ready.
Me too.
1, 2, 3, go.
I voted yes.
We all did.
Maybe foolishly because it's been rumored before and they haven't done it yet. But like honestly, what else are they going to do with the Ultra
Yeah,
3?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
Those
only.
rumors
It'll be the only change.
So
Yeah.
did,
A
I'm
couple more
guessing both
nits.
of you voted yes as well.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds like we're all going to lose a point on Monday.
I don't know.
A lot of parity in this one.
Question 10. This is the tricky one. Blood oxygen features are re-enabled. I guess I should clarify in the United States because they were never gone in other countries and they've never
Right.
been introduced in a lot of other countries. But blood
So-
oxygen features are enabled.
Just to kind of get some clarity on this question, what if stuff keep falling off my desk? I don't know
Something just fall from your
Yeah,
ceiling?
That's a phenomenon called gravity, Lewis.
I live in an earthquake zone. Let's see. So if they reintroduce it in Series 10, but it stays off
Disabled?
in older versions, what is that? Is that how does that?
I
Like
guess
if they
I don't see that as being very likely as happening because if the patent dispute is resolved, then they'll just enable it on everything, and the hardware, even in the models where it's disabled, like the ones that have been sold in 2024, still have the hardware inside there, waiting for them to re-enable it. But my guess is that, let's say even if the new ones ship with blood oxygen features, and I don't know, the Series 9 that you bought last week doesn't have it, I guess I would still count it as yes, because that is a blood oxygen feature that's re-enabled on the new models, even
Okay.
if it's not re-enabled on all models.
I'm ready.
question is this 10?
10.
This is 10.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
I voted no.
I voted yes. They got to get this figured out. I can't believe they
It's a
haven't
patent
already.
issue, man. They've got nowhere to go unless they pay up with the royalties and enable them to use split oxygen on all their watches. I don't think it's going to happen until they fork it over.
I don't think they can let it affect a brand new product. And Apple is more than capable of ending this. Just give them a bunch of money.
Which they have not done this entire time. So why
But
would
I don't
they
think the
suddenly?
stakes have ever been this high. Like they're introducing a new product with the feature disabled out of the gate. I don't think they can get away.
They
with
just
that.
won't talk about it. They just won't mention it, and no one will even remember or know. We'll see.
That is also very likely. This is not a confident yes. This is maybe like a 55-45 for me. But
I've swung you over. This is why I said nothing during your debate. TC doesn't
but
pay
there
up,
we go.
man. That's Level Remix from the chat. Have you guys learned nothing? TC doesn't pay. He treats this like a hostage negotiation. You don't pay for
You can't give
hostages.
once. You give in once. It's
They
gonna
all
happen
start coming after you. Yeah, exactly. You don't negotiate for hostages.
question
Even when they
11.
send you an ear. Okay.
Apple Watch SE 3 is plastic, colorful, and less expensive.
And this is 11.
Yes.
Now, you got a lot of stuff crammed in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
I would say, yeah, okay.
Ready? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
I voted yes.
Okay.
We both voted no.
I think what threw you off and why you're going to lose a point here is the less expensive part. I don't think it's going to be less expensive. I can believe the plastic. That's, I think, going to happen. I can believe that it will be colorful because they do that with SE. But less expensive? Did you miss the commentary about TC not paying up? Well,
I don't think it'll be that much less expensive. The current price is $249. My guess is $229.
yeah, but you forgot about inflation. I think at the best it's going to stay the same price.
Well,
It
that's
all-
what the plastic is for. Bring it back down. Anyways,
Yeah, for TC, not for you.
I mean, how much cheaper is plastic than aluminum anyway? I mean,
Yeah, I don't
every
know.
beer can is made of aluminum.
That's
I
true.
don't. I don't. I mean, maybe it is cheaper, but still.
Okay,
We'll
moving
see.
on.
I mean, the way they make their aluminum products, where they start with like a solid block and then they slowly mill it out and like laser etch it and all that, it's an expensive way to make aluminum.
Yeah.
The materials cost isn't probably that much different, but
That's the process.
Maybe they'll just stamp these.
yeah. Question 12, and we are now in the other products category.
Okay.
Any new iPad is announced.
Any new iPad is announced.
What is 12?
Yes.
God, it's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a bit of recon here real fast. uh Okay. 12. I'm ready.
Ready?
Go.
I voted no.
No.
I went with yes.
What's it gonna be?
iPad mini is ancient. iPad is on the verge. They're liquidating the 9s. They're doing discounts now on the 10s. I think they're going to axe the 9. 10 will become the new lowest. And iPad 11. I could be wrong. We
I think
sometimes,
that'll happen, but I think that'll happen in October.
yeah, it could, or even March. I don't know, but
Lewis, what did you vote?
I voted no. Same thing. I think it's probably gonna come
yeah,
soon. but
I
not
might have lost on that one.
next week.
Question 13. Any new Mac is announced.
Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
I voted no.
I also voted no, as did Lewis Wallace.
What October's for?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to group all the Macs together. Okay.
Question 14. New AirPods replace AirPods 2 and AirPods 3.
Well, I mean, look. We all know the answer to this one. It's a freebie. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I mean,
I
we
voted
just went over
yes.
this in class, right?
Yeah. We're all yeses, I presume.
Okay. New AirPods Max with USB-C connector. This is question 15.
Oh my goodness. This is the tough
I'm
one.
making you pick.
You put me on the spot. What was this 15?
Yep.
Oh man. I'm agonizing. I'm in deep agony. I'm starting to perspire. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
We all did. That is a
Okay.
complete Hail Mary.
Question.
I think it makes sense to do it. I just don't know if they will.
Yeah, it's typically a bad idea to vote in the way of AirPods Max since they haven't updated it in like what 4.5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
It's like voting for an Apple TV Plus sizzle reel.
we'll get there. Question 16. New Apple TV with an A18 chip.
Oh man, now we're really getting out into speculation territory.
I believe this was a listener submission from the Cult Club.
Oh wow. Good question. Okay. You ready? 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
I voted no.
We're all no's. No's across the board.
Yep.
Same with Love
Similarly,
Remix. He's with us. He says,
never
"No, I
voted
wish."
in
Yep,
favor of
same
the
here.
Apple TV. This is the final round of the miscellaneous category.
Okay.
New Apple Intelligence features announced.
This is question 17.
16.
No, we just did 16.
Oh, right. Sorry. 17. My mistake. I don't have these numbered on my website.
I know,
so
I know,
just-
I know. It's
Why
fine.
not,
Yes.
by the
You
way?
should. Yeah, you should. That's an update.
I'd like to introduce you to the ordered list.
Okay, I'm ready. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
Oh,
Both no.
I voted no.
Really?
No.
Come on, they already announced a ton of
secrets
things
have
that they
been
can't even
revealed.
deliver.
Yep.
I think they're going to introduce a new plugin for like similar to the ChatGPT one. Like Apple executives have explicitly name dropped that they want to add Google Gemini, and it's weird for them to be that specific in like a public interview setting when they haven't actually announced anything. So I think they're going to like have a and now Apple Intelligence will work with Google Gemini as well.
Is that
Okay.
a new feature?
Yeah, it'd be a new
It's
Apple Intelligence
just a
feature.
new-
because-
It's just a new partner, which you refused to call a partner last time.
I was just gonna say the same thing, Lewis. Hypocrite.
Okay, well, look, you should have announced that you would dispute that fact,
All
which you
right.
never did.
I still don't think it's gonna happen, so it's all moot.
Okay.
Okay.
Question 18.
Yeah.
Vision
one's going to
Pro
Leander, by the way.
immersive video sizzle reel.
Vision Pro, the sizzle. Okay. I think we all know the answer to this. At least I do. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm really disturbed about my answer on this one.
No. I'm a no too.
You said no. I voted yes.
Sizzle for what, man? They got
The-
such limited time in these things. What are they trying to sell?
They're trying
That
to remind you that the Vision
headset.
Pro exists by showing you the
try-
fancy things.
Trying
you
to
can
remind you
watch.
it exists. All right.
That's the one reason that I think that I might be wrong about that one.
Yeah.
I said no, but it's possible that just because they made such a big and, at this point, bad bet on the Vision Pro, they might, if they got something really cool that they could show off. But I mean, I don't know, man. And
Yeah.
Well, once again, we'll find out soon.
We're gonna find out.
Question 19. More products are 100% carbon neutral. When I say more, I mean like currently the only products that they sell is 100% carbon neutral are like one configuration of Apple Watch with I think 2 different sport bands that you can buy, but
Surprised you know that.
more than those 2.
Okay.
Or their direct
Fair
replacements.
question. Fair question. I believe I've peered through space and time. I believe I've arrived at the right conclusion. We'll see if you chaps have done the same. Are you ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1.
I put down yes.
You and Lewis
Me
are the
too.
yeses. I'm a big fat juicy no way.
To be that new pleather case.
But it's not about a case. It's about, well, I guess it could be about the case, huh?
Clearly, that's a product.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking like the actual, like iPhones or Macs or. But okay.
It might just be like one additional configuration of Apple Watch, but
Right.
Yeah.
we'll find out. Last question.
Wow.
The keynote runs over 1 hour, 29 minutes.
This is question 20. So specific. So specific.
Keep missing these. Very intimidated by the timing questions.
And I intentionally tried to pick the most infuriating number.
You son of a. Okay, I'm ready.
What 29 you said? 1 hour and 29 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3.
I voted yes.
We both think that Apple's got their editing together.
Yeah. I think it's too long. Anything over an hour and a half, I just think it's too long. And we're headed into a keynote where we already know most stuff, all the software stuff. It's going to be a quick review. And then, hey, here are the new iPhones. Maybe there'll be some surprises. Bada bing, bada boom. Bob's your uncle. Let's party.
I think
And
that
they'll
if
be
they're
out of there.
introducing new AirPods, then they'll have a lot to talk about. Like
Yeah.
I looked through past events for the September event, and like sometimes they're shorter, but you know those are usually events where they don't have as much to talk about.
Yeah, and well, you might be right. I just don't think that they'll spend a lot of time on each product because they try to keep it as concise as possible because they know that people have short attention spans and don't remember stuff. So they're going to want to really focus on like the marquee features, and then everything else will be on some slide. And I don't think they're going to be releasing a ton of products at this. They're going to split this between this and the October event for product launches. So I think it's going to be under an hour and a half for sure. But I have gotten 1 or 2 wrong in the past. So keep that in mind.
Wildcard question.
All right.
The new Pro iPhone color is called fill in the blank.
Well,
Usually the hardest to guess. Usually the marketing names don't leak. But that's why it's worth 3 points instead of 1.
okay. We ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
My guess is golden titanium.
Oh. Okay.
A gold titanium.
You guys went with gold titanium. Okay, interesting. I mean, the rumors have been desert titanium. So I don't know if that's just like an internal color, but that sounds like an actual color to me. Mom's
kinda weird.
Mom's
First time I heard of
desert
that, I
adventure tan. How about that?
Now, you might be thinking, Griffin, you voted against gold, but that's part of my strategy because now I'm colored both ways. If it turns out it's bronze, then, I've already voted against gold in this question. But if it actually turns out it is gold, then I'll only lose 1 point instead of 3. So my guess, and I also think they'll go with golden titanium if it's a gold color, because like gold titanium, like those are just 2 names of elements. It's not actually made of gold; it's made of titanium. So I think it'll be like golden, sort of like a cheese flavored product. If you can't actually
Interesting line of reasoning there.
It just
And I could-
sounds. They're not gonna. I don't know. Golden. That doesn't fit with everything they've ever done.
How about Glowden titanium? And it's like, oh no, they put it in the actual invitation and we didn't even guess it.
Desert titanium. I mean, not. We'll see.
It does sound like a, reasonable name for it, but I don't think that the like leaked names are very rarely ever accurate. Like we're all convinced that like Apple was going to call their headset like the Reality Pro or something like that. And
That's
that was
true.
just, like, a flag that they planted.
That's true.
And remember that the purple one, they called it Deep Purple. I mean, that was pretty out there.
Huh.
So our listeners can go to dgriffinjones.com/survey and fill out these same questions. And you have until the minute before the event starts to submit your answers. How are we feeling?
I don't have a great feeling about this one for some reason.
I think I locked it in, guys.
A lot of wobblers.
I don't want to start the celebration yet, but it's all but locked. It's all but locked. Thanks to the new format where we put them in the chat before we discuss.
Now, Airphone, that didn't work
How did
out for
that
you
work
last
last
time.
time?
You were convinced, like, Lewis won that event.
It's all part of my plan, Griffin. Get Lewis a false sense of confidence, then boom, I come in for the next one and I pull the rug out from underneath him.
Sandbagger.
So look, I think that's it. Should I go ahead and start the music? And after
I'm
this,
drained after that.
I know.
That is actually a torturous sort of.
It was
an
mentally and emotionally taxing. I think I might do nothing for the rest of the day. I'm gonna just sit here in my chair and stare up at the ceiling.
I'm heading for the fainting couch.
All right, everyone. Well, the Apple event is next Monday.
Yeah.
10 a.m. So all secrets will be revealed then. Get your wallets ready. Get ready to weep in the corner quietly after you realize how much money you're about to spend. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. That's all the CultCast we have for you guys this week. But you come hang out with us in the very exclusive Cult Club. All you got to do is fork it over. You'll feel great about yourself. You'll be supporting the show, which we appreciate. And you get
And we'll
exclusive
usually
access.
do a live chat during the event.
We
which,
probably should. Yeah, we should definitely. I'm committing to that right now. We're definitely going to do that. We'll be in the live chat. Lewis, too. Right, Lewis? He's got nothing going on.
What?
We'll discuss it offline. We'll get you looped in. This has been the CultCast, the best 30-plus minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. New episodes of the CultCast come out every Thursday night. I want to thank everyone for hanging out and for listening live. And we will see you guys. If only you knew how many things I was doing at this very moment. I've got my hands on all the buttons. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how I can multitask.
You're like an octopus.
We'll see you guys next time. If only that was an option, Lewis, I could get some extra tentacles installed. Control them with my Neuralink. That's an option I would consider.
You can always go squid.
You never go full squid. Just don't get the ink the ink explosion pack installed in your hind end. I've heard horror stories about that. But you know, we're
useful.
What's that?
Could be useful, yeah.
It actually could be useful. All right. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye, y'all.